Hey guys, welcome to the first month at new shop. Pretty exciting things been going on, been building a lot of stuff, working on a fair few cars, forgetting to film heaps of things. We've got some pretty exciting news. We are now the Hustler and Simmons dealer of Geelong, so if you need some wheels, pop into the shop and we'll be able to order them in for you. This video also has the giveaway for the competition that we just ran on social media, so if you're wanting to see if you won, the raffle is at the other end of this video, so you can just skip to the other end and check that out. Otherwise, I'd much prefer if you stayed and watched this video, because I put a lot of effort into putting these together and I appreciate it. But yeah, this video will be a bit of a mix-up of car stuff and building things and all that sort of stuff, just everything that I'm going to be doing at this shop. I want to give everyone a bit better of an idea of what I'm doing, and by showing you what I've been up to, therefore shows you what I can do and what I've been doing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, sit back, kick back, grab a beer and get on.
Yeah.
So hello, I'm working on this Commodore. There's it. I don't know whether you'll be able to see because the lighting's not real great underneath here at the moment, but look how shiny that is. It's like fully worn down the rubber because the exhaust, when they built, whoever built the exhaust, I'm guessing they probably just bought one and put it on, but yeah, it's been sitting against the exhaust, so rubbing. It's nearly rubbed through the side of that donut. So to fix that up, and then a rear trans leak here, I'm going to fix up. Got some cracked sway bar bushes, which you probably can't see, but fixing them up as well. And then I've got a few other things I've got to do on this car, but he doesn't have the money at the moment, but I want to fix up. Probably can't really see that, but there's some dodgy ass. They put aftermarket gauges in the car, and the wiring's just like run around all the pulleys and stuff. So I wasn't too keen on that, so I'm fixing that for free because it gives me the heebie-jeebies that got the engine running around, and all of a sudden it could just cut a wire and catch fire, and you'd be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so I'm gonna plod along with this. I'm gonna put a little bit of heat in that and just dint that in a little bit, and then I'm gonna move the mount slightly to give it a little bit of clearance both ways. So yeah. A bit of stumbling block with the underneath of this because I need to do the rear trans seal to put the tail shaft back in, and I need the tail shaft back in to check my fitment on the exhaust because I've slightly moved the mount and put a little dint in the exhaust like so that it should clear the rubber, but without putting a new rubber on and putting the tail shaft back. I just want to make sure it's got like half an inch of clearance, so it's got plenty. But I'm also doing the rocker cover gaskets and stuff on this and giving it a service. So yeah, doing the rocker cover gaskets on this and giving it a service. So I might pull it apart and put the rocker cover gaskets on it tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll start it up, make sure there's no leaks, and then I'll change the oil. Don't hate me, I usually use PET as everything. I need to get this job done for a customer, and I was at Burson's and that's the rubbers they sell, so sorry. Took 3 goes to get the right seal off the parts place for this one. But anyway, we got there in the end. Got a nice gap around the exhaust now. So that was before that was sitting against the donut. Now I can fit my finger in there. Just put black paint on my finger, but anyway, yeah. So it's got a nice half-inch gap. What actually happened is I didn't notice, but that mount at the top was cracked. So I fixed that. coffee, or my mug. Making myself a coffee somewhere. That's in here. Yeah, I thought I'd just have a bit of a catch up with you guys because I've been so busy. I've been so busy doing shit that I haven't really had much of a chance to talk about anything. Yeah, it's been too busy building stuff. I forgot to film so much stuff, but I think it'll give everyone a bit of an idea of what's going on at the shop anyway. This first one's kind of going to be a bit of a test vlog because it's kind of going to be a bit of a mashup of all different stuff, but I feel like if you watch anything on like Foxtel or whatever, like car shows and that, like they'll jump back and forth from doing different stuff, so I don't know, I don't feel like it's that big of a problem. It's kind of like more like a proper show, gives you a bit of diversity in that, so we'll see how it edits up and how it comes together, and if it works it works, if it doesn't, well, I'll only do that one. Yeah, just gonna make my coffee. All you bloody coffee connoisseurs out there probably cracking the shits that I'm using a sachet coffee, but I'm just not fancy enough for a coffee machine. Like, to me, sachet coffee's fancy. Bloody good. Yeah, let me just get a seat. Made up like 40 of these little things last night so that I can mould them all onto that table to mount the timber in between the gaps. So yeah, this morning I'll be grinding up all the welds on that so that it sits flush, and then I can sit it on this bench and then put in the gap spacing of kind of these bits here, so I'll put them in against the steel, and then, you know, that sets my height as to where the steel wants to be, and then I'll tack weld all those in, and then I've got to build some legs for that table, and then yeah, then we'll start cutting up the timber and that. I'm kind of toying up with the idea of going and buying a whatchamacallit, a bench, like table saw. So you just put bits of timber like this in and then just go cut it. So I feel like for building furniture and that, it's going to help me get all my cuts nice and straight and just simplify and fasten up the process. But I think they're like $1,400, so I kind of got to catch back up on my bills and stuff at the moment. So probably for this table I'll just do it by hand, and it is what it is. Yeah, things have been pretty hectic. Been pretty stressed, but work's starting to come in, and you know, at the end of the day, I've got no downtime here when I'm not working for someone. I'm building products so that you'll eventually sell, and then that way you're always making money. I'm very much enjoying having my own workshop though again. It's great. It's good being able to just get in here and have the space to move around, and like I had a fairly good setup at home as far as home setups go, but I built those steel frames, those garden wall frames, and they were fairly big. I think they're like 2.2 by maybe 1800 or something like that, and then one was a bit bigger. No, one was skinnier. But yeah, like when I was trying to weld those up in there, like basically got no room to work around it, and then, you know, making that X-Wing spaceship and stuff, and then I started building the gorilla, and I don't know, it was fine. Like, if you were doing it just as a hobby and you didn't want to make a business of it, it would have been fine. At the end of the day, you could just walk out there and do stuff, but because I'd have a project on the go, then I couldn't do anything else, you know, because it takes up the whole shed, whereas here I can be, you know, working on a car and have a project going and have another project going and have stuff sat to the side, and, you know, it's not a huge shop, but it's plenty big enough just for me. Originally planned on having three of us here, but I'm kind of enjoying just doing it this bit by myself. I think I'll just, if anything, I might hire some more stuff again for my warehouse. But yeah, at the moment I'm kind of managing everything and it's all working. You know, I got Brett doing the books, so that's all that really matters. And by me, I just was like, shit, did I turn the microphone on? Because that'd be awkward. I've done that before. Jibber jabbing away and the microphone's not even on. It's good too. I've had a lot of good feedback. Everyone that's been coming into the shop, you know, has been like, "Oh man, it's so cool! Like everything you've built and that." So the biggest testament? No. The biggest test is that big pillar I built, and I built that so that I could understand structures of building rather than going overboard. So you know, that pillar probably weighs half a ton. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it moves, if it moves, all that sort of stuff. I think once I put the balustrade upstairs, it won't be able to move at all, but until then it's good to see. Like at the moment it's perfectly straight still, so yeah. I'm keen to get upstairs done at some point, but like I said, I think that'll be more towards summer. I don't have the money to really be doing it, so I've just started ticking along. Like that's the balustrades behind me. I've started building those. But I need to buy some 100 by 100 box tube. I've got 4 bits there that are just short and I could join them together and that, but at this stage I'm like, nah. If I end up having spare time, I'll join them together, but I'd rather it be straight bits. Yeah, anyway, I'll finish up my coffee and then get back to work. Hope everyone's doing well. like, yeah, this will be able to give you a bit more idea of what I've been building. It's a display rack. So I've just welded in those 2 support bars across here. Yeah, I've got to do another 16 of them or whatever it is. No, another 14 of them. So yeah, we'll have 2 wheels. Where are we? Wheel here, with there, and then yeah, so I can have 8 wheels in total on display. Because I've got, what have I ordered? I think I've got 2 Simmons coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've got 5 Hustler wheels, I think, and then I've got tyres as well. So I figured maybe down the bottom row or top row, probably at the top actually, I'll probably put tyres or whatever on display as well, because we'll be selling wheels and tyres, or you can just buy just rims. Yeah, we've got Hustler and Simmons on board, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I sort of, had I known this was going to happen for sure, I would have set the reception up a little bit differently. So not a big deal, but it'd be good if that was a little bit further that way, because I moved this so that you're not going to walk into the door into it, but I probably could have made it another 400 that way, because this display rack's going to go here. So as you can see, like 1 row of wheels will be there, but the other row of wheels will actually be behind this. So you have to sort of walk in here, but like when you're standing here, you'll still be able to look at all of them. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it is what it is, and it kind of fills this in a bit as well, so it's kind of cool. I did originally plan on getting a big photo printed for here, but I might have to put that somewhere else. Maybe I can put it on the picture or something. Yeah, just a bit of a little update where we're at, what I'm doing. Building stuff, always building stuff. I'm gonna have a bloody burrito with me. I'll tell you what. Hectic building that little rackets for the showroom, as I said, but really puffed out at the moment. I had a guy drop off a car on Saturday, and anyway, I'm under the back of the car on the trailer. There's no ramps on it yet, and he undoes the winch and car falls off and lands on my chest. Broke 2 of my ribs. So unfortunately there's nothing you can do about it, you're just going to let them heal. So for the next like 4 to 6 weeks I've just got to be careful about specific ways of lifting things. Luckily enough I'm fucking massive, so it's not so bad, but it's mainly putting direct pressure on my chest. I can't do that for a while. Bench press, stuff like that. But it seems to be, most of the stuff I've been doing around here seems to be fine. Until there's a little bit of pressure on there and I kind of just get puffed out a little bit more quickly, but yeah, apart from that I feel alright. As this is a good bit of news. I was on the phone all yesterday organising, when I was on the phone to one of the boys, they said, oh, you want to do any suspension? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. So now we're a retailer, we're setting up, I've been on the phone for a while. K-Sport suspension, they do like coilovers, airbags, big brake upgrades, exhausts, strut braces, a few other bits and pieces, but yeah, so we'll be able to supply and fit that stuff as well, which will be pretty cool. Especially the airbag side of it, because they're all approved and they test track their stuff, so he was saying they've got a, I can't remember exactly what, I think he was saying maybe a V Marlou or a VF Marlou or something like that. And they take that on track days and stuff and throw it in round corners, and they had a Tesla that they tested at like 200 kilometres an hour on a track, taking a corner real heavy. Just realised I'm sitting here talking to you guys with that fucking all the piss. Yeah, so now we're a retailer of K-Sport suspension and yeah, airbags and brakes and all that sort of stuff as well. So I've got to find somewhere in the showroom to have that shit. So So it's all happening. It'll be good though. There's no really in Geelong that you can do that customy car stuff. There's either generic wheel shops or generic mechanics. As far as custom stuff, like you've got your old hot rod places and that, but as far as new school things, there's not really much around. You've got to go up to Melbourne or at least Hoppers. So it should be good. I'm interested to see how it goes. You know, it's just another avenue of making a few dollars, and it's obviously things that I enjoy doing. So yeah, see how it goes. Never hurts. That's one thing I know is have as many different income streams as you can. Unless you want to be real big, then you need to focus on one thing. A miserable looking day out there. Good view out this window though. These have only been in here for a couple of days, but I'm going to be super dramatic and tell you how I can't wait to get rid of them in my way. Transformation is about to happen. So excited. Just about to do the raffle for the $1,000 giveaway. I'll put all of the prizes in this on the side or something so that you know if you win, if your name gets drawn, like what you've won. It was on the original post on our RCS headquarters RCS RCS headquarters Facebook page. But yeah, just in case you forgot or couldn't be bothered going back to read, yeah, I'll put a list of what you win, and any of the prizes, which I'll put in here anyway, but any of the prizes are double if you want to spend them store credit. So yeah, you'll just need to, if your name gets drawn out, send us a message. We'll get you done. How's this for a joke though? I've got to pay body corporate fees on this place, which includes yard maintenance, which I have like 3 plants out the front, which I've been maintaining. I get here this morning and there's the nature strip out the front, and there's a guy out there with a whippersnipper, and I was like, oh yeah, he's obviously just doing the edges before he cuts the grass. And I look at his trailer, I'm like, he doesn't even have a mower. So some dude's just out there whippersnipping. Anyway, the things you pay money for. Let's get some people picked. Now this tricky part for me today is I don't have an assistant, so I've got to try and locate the key in here, which I'll do looking at the camera so that you know I'm not looking at the names, and then I'm going to put my hand in and pick one out, and then I'll lock it back up, spin it and pick another one. So yeah. There we go. I've had trouble doing this every single time we do one of these. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Chi Madrid. The first one. Chi Madrid. I don't even know whether that's dude or girl. Chi. Could be Che. There's one guy in here that I forgot his name. He come in and he bought a heap of rings, and I forgot to write down his details, but I know he's coming back because he wanted something else. So I put him in as White VYSSUs because I remember what he looks like, so his name's kind of irrelevant. Ashley Glenn Letter. Oh, that's number 2. Trying to pick my brain. I'm pretty sure I'm meant to be picking 5 of these. Should remember. So just before I keep picking them, the person that won first prize is Che Madrid. Then we had Ashley Van Vletter. And then we have Mahalika. That sounds like a fake name. M-A-H-A-R, and then that's the first name, and then L-I-K-A. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and that's your name, I don't mean to be rude, it just sounds kind of fake. You need to prove, the winners will need to prove that this is their actual names when you come in. It'll have to be on your license. So that's the third winner. Pretty good job of stopping that time. Well, that's just rude, that's the same person. They obviously bought more than one thing here. Or I've accidentally printed that twice. Right. Now the fourth person is AJ Zetrock. A-Y-A-J, and then that's the first name, and the last name Z-E-T-R-O-C. Number 4. Number 5. Damien McClure, so D-A-M-I-A-N. And then M-C-C-L-U-R-E is number 5. I'll just grab the camera now and I'll pan it down here to show you all 5 names. Don't mind me, because I want to do this in one take. Focus. There you go. So that's number 1, winner number 1, winner number 2, winner number 3, winner number 4, and winner number 5. If that's you, send us a DM. You'll have to come into the shop and prove that this is your real name, and we'll go from there. Cheers, guys. Yeah, just forgot to mention, any of the winners that don't come forward, we always just put that into the kitty for the next draw. Most of the time people come forward, but we have had, like, over the past, the last 10 years, 12 years that we've been running these competitions, I think we've had 1 or 2 people not come forward to claim their prize. But most people, obviously, if you enter something, you're going to be watching, and that's the reason that at the start of this vlog I told you guys to come out to the end of this vlog, because I know if you've got to watch the whole thing, a lot of people get lazy and then not do it. But if people know they can just skip forward to this part and then see the raffle, that they'll come forward. It's just that one of those names I don't remember. I think it was the third Maha Kera. I don't remember that person, but I don't have the best memory in the world, so there's every chance that I met you and I feel sorry for not remembering who you are. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the vlog. I've been editing this obviously as I've been filming it over the past month, and I watched, obviously I just kind of cut it up and do all the bits, but last night I watched what I've got so far and I kind of like it. So if you guys like it too, please let me know in the comments, because I reckon it's an easier way of me shooting videos. Like I said, if I do something and I feel like it needs to be a specific video, then I'll do that. But rather than you having to sit down and watch the same thing for ages, I find that just having bits and pieces of different stuff, it shows you guys what I'm doing. It's still interesting to watch, but you're not getting bored by watching me fabricate a whole thing, you know. But if that's what you prefer to watch, let me know and then I'll go back to that. But I would rather just do the whole thing. Like, I reckon a month by month video would be good, you know. And then I'll put out just little, there's our episodes, and then as you would have seen, I've just put out a couple little promo vids that don't really count as episodes, so I'll just put out little things here and there that I think you guys might be interested in seeing. Like, say we do a cool car, and it's not going to be a big video, it's only going to be like a minute or 2 minutes of footage. I'll just put that together and put it out as a little promo video. See you soon.